Happy birthday, Tyrone Guthrie Centre, and greetings to all there at the moment, to the new director, Emer O'Connor, and her staff. I can't believe it's 40 years since we heard about this wonderful artist retreat opening in Monaghan. My name is Moya Cannon, by the way. I should have said that at the start. I'm a poet, and I spent 3 different stints in Anna in the late 80s and perhaps into the early 90s. And I found it just an absolutely wonderful, wonderful escape from real life at the time. Beautiful rooms and the grounds, and the wonderful, just perfect balance between privacy and time to do your own work, and on the other hand, lovely conviviality in the evening, and met very interesting people there. I also remember Bernard Loughlin's warm hospitality and Mary O'Loughlin's hospitality and amazing cooking. I have a few of her recipes still. I got them before I left. So I don't actually have any poems that I wrote at the time. I was mostly editing. But I thought on this occasion I would take the liberty of reading a Monaghan poem, or a Monaghan related poem. It relates to my grandfather, Patrick Campbell, who came from near Scottstown, a little place called Derrynasell, near to Davenant. And he worked in Central America for a few years as a young man, and then came back and married, and he was living in Tyrone. So I hope, as a Tyrone Guthrie, great thespian name. The only other Tyrone I know of is Tyrone Power. And he went off in 1916, headed off to the Rising in Dublin. He was in the IRB, I think. And a few hours down the road, he was sent back. He got the Countermanding Order, issued by Owen McNeill, and was very disappointed. And we, as children, were terribly disappointed that he wasn't a hero. But I often wondered what my grandmother thought. And I did meet the great-grandson of Owen McNeill some years ago, and I said, I bet my grandmother was very grateful to your grandfather. So this is the Countermanding Order, 1916. And my young grandmother, what of her? Was she too dejected? No documentary evidence exists. My mother, too young at 7 months to remember herself, used to tell us. She heard the horse and trap in the yard again and could not believe her ears. What was my grandmother doing? Did she clear away a half-eaten Easter dinner, talking distractedly to her 2 little boys as she scraped jelly from a glass bowl? Did she mix feed for hens or pigs, or wonder about bringing cattle in for milking? Did she pray or take out her handwork? Was she putting the baby down for her rest? Only hours earlier, in the swept farmyard, she had said goodbye to her husband of 6 years, her exiled lover of 7 more, whose letters had been carried in steamships across Caribbean and Atlantic tides. On this Sunday morning, had they embraced as he headed for the muster at Dungannon, as he enjoined her to bring up the children as good Catholics and good Irish men and Irish women. My mother in old age was to remark with a raised eyebrow, wasn't it cool of him all the same? Now, as the trap clattered in through the gate, and the horse, Rebel, halted in his familiar place, did my young grandmother wipe her hands in her apron? Did she rush to the door? Although the rising had been called off, although the great cause seemed lost again, did her heart not rejoice? Happy birthday, Tyrone Guthrie Centre, and thank you, Tyrone Guthrie, wherever you are, for your great generosity to so very many of us. Bye-bye.